G'day, legends. TJC Sports here for the last time in the regular season. We still have international streams here live for the NRL Grand Final for the first time on the channel here. Another NRL live stream reaction. Almost forgot that part. Didn't quite, though. I'll never permanently forget that. If you enjoy, remember to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see all you legends very soon as we celebrate this epic game between the Melbourne Storm and the Brisbane Broncos. And obviously, let's face it, we have a preference here as Eels fans, right? We would rather the Brisbane Broncos win for the most part, most of us Storm fans. Most of us, right? But at the end of the day, I just want a good game, man, legends. I just want a good game. And if that means that Storm win it, so be it. But ultimately, as long as I get a really fun match to watch, I'm happy. You know, let's make this a good rugby league affair here. Who is winning? Love putting up these polls for you. Storm. And, well, your name's not Detorm. That's right. I typed Detorm. How great is that, legends? TJC is on top of it already with his first ever grand final stream. There it is. Who is going to be our NRL 2025 champions? Will it be the redemption for Benny Hunt and the Broncos? Or will they fall the Melbourne Storm to the top of the table? Look, Melbourne are favourites, and they're deserving favourites for a reason at the moment. But the Brisbane Broncos, don't launch them out of it completely. People did in the prelim, and that was a huge mistake. Sean Duggar, mate, I remember you for last stream, says in the chat, Brisbane Broncos here, 2025. Well, he actually says 2020-05, indicating 2,205. But you know, we're gonna forgive that mistake. We're gonna forgive him, legends. All right, we're gonna completely say that he's all right there because look, he we know what he meant, right, legends? Like all of us, we knew exactly what he meant. We're good. We're rocking and we're rolling with this one. Not too long till kickoff is due, legends. Just a couple minutes away here. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And, of course, enjoy the stream, most importantly. You also feel free to vote on that poll. Oh, mate, Spicy! I remember you, Storm fan, eh? Oh, we know what time it is. Storm win these. Well, most likely, legend. Most likely. But you never know. You never know, mate, all right? Nothing is set in stone, okay? Remember, it's not over till the whistle blows. Anyways, as for lineups, legends, for the Melbourne Storm, we have Ryan Papenhuyzen at fullback with Will Warbrick and Xavier Coates on the wings. The centres are Jack Howarth with Will Warbrick, with Nick Meaney in the centres. As for the halves, it is Cameron Munster and Jerome Hughes. One arm tied behind his back, Hughes. Yes, he beat the Cronulla Sharks with literally one arm behind his back. Stefano Utueka-Manu and Josh King in the props with Harry Grant at hooker there. As for the second rows, it is Sean Bloor and Eli Katoa with Trent Leiro at lock. Tyrone Wishart, Lusati Tuikamifa, Alec McDonald make up the bench with Joe Chan as 18th man. As for the Brisbane Broncos, we have Reece Walsh at fullback here, with Josiah Karapani and Dean Mariner in the wings. Shibasaki and Staggs line up as quite possibly one of the best centre combinations in the comp. No doy, that's why they're in the grand final. With Ben Hunt looking for redemption, with Adam Reynolds looking to prove South Sydney Rabbitohs wrong in the halves. In the forward pack, we have Corey Jensen, Payne Haas, with Corey Pakes at hooker. That's right, there's two Corys in this team. Don't worry, you can tell the difference because one has an E in their name. Brendan Piacora and Jordan Rickier in the second row with Paddy Carrigan at lock. The interchange is Ezra Mann, Kobe Hetherington, Xavier Willison, and Tyson Smoothie. 18th man is Jesse Arthurs. The battle of Craig Bellamy versus Michael Maguire kicks off in exactly 6 minutes from now, legends, and it should be absolute hype. In terms of predictions for this game, I'm going to be going with, and totally no bias, legends, shush, Brisbane Broncos to win this one 1-12 in a really tight one, with my anytime try scorers being Reece Walsh And my first try scorer being Xavier Coates for the Storm. Anytime try scorer for the Storm will be You know what? Munster's gonna fly on over at some point in some crazy play. That's my call. All right. You can judge that. All right. Call TJC silly, but it's gonna happen. Okay. And a forward will score at some point in this game. Absolutely. I have no doubt that a team is gonna get desperate enough that a forward is gonna come crashing on through in this game here. How do we all feel so far? Right. We had our halftime presentation with Teddy Swims, and now we're all hyped up with the lights, action ready for a massive first half of grand final footy to kick off in 5 minutes, baby. Cannot be more hyped for it. What a year we have had as a channel. Look, it hasn't been the same as every year, but like considering the breaks we had at points, I'm genuinely impressed with what we've managed to pull off, legends, you know? Brisbane Broncos, they'll be heavily remembering 2023 tonight as they look to fix that. And Ben Hunt, it's even worse because he's going to be remembering 2015. All right, 2015 legends. And that's another thing, you know, the Ben Hunt redemption story. There's so much you can look into with this game, right? Obviously, we all know about it. The Ben Hunt dropped the ball, but to me, it's a bit harsh how hard we've all joked about it. I've had a problem with it in the past too. I feel like we're all a bit harsh on him about that knock on when he really was a kid compared to what he is now. Benny Hunt, you know, that was 10 years ago now. I feel like for Ben Hunt to bounce back and get himself the result tonight would be huge for his career. You know, also it's not going to be just the first for some Broncos. It'll be the first for Christian Welch here, just lifting out the trophy here with a Broncos legend there in Darren Lockyer to present the Premiership trophy. You know, the Melbourne Storm, Harry Grant, this will be his first ever Premiership. I figured it'd be Stefano Utuikamanu's first Premiership. I figured Eli Katoa's. You know, maybe Nick Meaney, I'm not sure. But it's quite a few of these players' first premierships. It's not Munster's, but, like, you know, he's been through it all, right? Does he really count? It's not Pappy's first, but it really should be. The nerves reel on them. They're no strangers to this scene. They may have blown it the last time, but they'll look to not do that this time. Looks like we got Will jumping into the chat with a prediction here. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Payne Haas, Clive Churchill. I honestly feel like if you're going realistic with the Clive Churchill, absolutely Payne Haas. My head all week has been screaming Payne Haas. But how epic would it be if it went to somebody like Adam Reynolds or Ben Hunt? I don't think it'll go to them. I think it'll go to Payne Haas. I think you're absolutely right about that if the Broncos win. However, if it could go to one of the... Listen, they can't give it to Mam. No, even if Mam is the best player on the field, they actually physically can't give it to Mam because it would just be too much. All right, it'd be too much. The headlines, they'd have a field day with it, guys. They'd have an absolute field day with it if they did that. We need to get on with it. Grand final time. Clap your hands together, smack that like button, and get ready for the Storm and the Broncos. Harry Grant leading out the purple, yellow, and I guess a bit of white, but does it really count? For a big game of rugby league. Victoria versus Brisbane. AFL country versus Origin country. Ironically, Origin winning hooker, not captain. Sorry, Harry. At hooker there, running out for this team. Here we go. Rub your hands for it. William Hunt says grand final time, legends. Thank God, no Pampers. Thank God, William. Thank God we got something different. We got something different to enjoy, bro. Finally, a bit of fun. A bit of action for Para fans. Funnily enough, this is actually a very young side both the teams have overall. The Broncos definitely have the older side, but still, if you average out the ages of their teams, they both round up to 26. So around that prime time. Cameron Munster, this could be one of his final premierships as he's linked with the Perth Bears in the near future. Honestly, if he wins a premiership here, I don't think he really has anything more to do with the Storm, right? Like, what does he... He's won multiple premierships with them, been the best 5'8" in the comp for a long time, or at least considered that by most. You got to think that he's done most of what he can in his Melbourne career, really. Feel free to share your thoughts, but it's just my thought on it here. Between the Storm and the Broncos here, mate, this clock just can't tick fast enough here. Only about a minute until kickoff is due here. One second, seriously, can't wait. We're just going to sit through the national anthem and the Welcome to Country legends, and then we'll be on with it. Whoop, 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 whoop. William Hunt here in the chat. I go for the Bronx just because they came from behind twice. Toilet bowl water is something else. Mate, the toilet bowl water, mate, that's a whole other thing with this game too, you know? With that, how on earth can you not respect it, eh? Seriously, toilet water has got to be like the most legit meme to ever come across rugby league if he wins it. If he wins the comp tonight, the toilet water memes are going to be through the roof, all right? Everybody is going to be going, sneak in a toilet water thing. Sneak it in to win the comp. Like, come on, it's how you do it. It's how you get the job done. If you can't do that, you're not getting the job done, legends. It's simple as that. The toilet water is the finishing go. In fact, you know what? I bet you it's going to be banned next year. Players can no longer drink toilet water because it will enhance themselves too much. All right? Jason Reyes says, I'm disappointed. Well, I get it, legend. You did lose to the Broncos in the girls, but, like, ultimately, it is what it is, you know? Like, I feel like the Broncos didn't necessarily not deserve to win that. Like, I feel like overall they were the better team, but it is what it is. You'll be all right. Hey, they say water is good for you. That is true, legend. That is true, but they're going to have... Mate, it's too good, all right? They're going to be too good. Too talented, bro. Can't be doing it. Storm 1-12 is Jason Reeder's big prediction in this game here. Feel free to drop your big predictions, legends. And hey, shout out to JG's saying up the Storm with a $3 donation. Appreciate you, legend. Best of luck to your team tonight. And so let us see. That's Australia fair. I bloody okay. Whatever you think about the national anthem, legends, I bloody hate it when they try to remix shit, or like try to extend what the wording of things are. It's like things that the anthems are sung a certain way. Keep it that way. Listen, I don't think remixes have to completely not exist, but keep them off anthems. Keep them off anthems. Anthems are like no touch. They are what they are. All right? Anthems, like, they're just, you know? It's like certain pieces of literature. You don't rewrite them. Just certain bits, you know, legends. But, like, no joke. I'll just say, as the warm-up begins, the intensity around the stadium grows as it begins to pack up at a sold-out Accor stadium. For those of you who don't know, Accor stadium isn't exactly a small capacity as of this year here. Being able to field 83,500 people, it ain't no small cookie. It ain't a joke. It's not exactly going to be working at Santa's workshop anytime soon. Still in his cast, Jerome Hughes. I completely flips Nico Hines on his head with one arm. He broke through that line like it was nothing last week, and he looks to continue this one. Before James Tedesco won this week, he was also the most recent Dally M winner, Jerome Hughes. What a halfback he is. For a long time underrated. Not so much anymore, but for a very long time underrated. No doubt about that for me personally here. As Madge Maguire said before this game, we've really focused on a lot more on ourselves than what is going on around us. This is why we are where we are. In terms of quotes for me, that's pretty much a good summarization of exactly how the Broncos have gotten to the point they are at. They don't listen to the outside voices. They know who they are. They know what they can do. They trust in one another, and they will play to the best of their ability. Thank you, legends. If you enjoy, hit that like button. Our game, our 2025 Grand Final, Whether it's the battle of Paytas versus Stefano, Walsh versus Pappenhausen, or Munster versus Mam, there's plenty in store for us tonight as the Melbourne Storm kick off the 2025 NRL Grand Final. And here they go, kicking into it here. The Brisbane Broncos with the first tackle taken here. It was a good one from Harry Grant on in there. Chasing it. He wants another here. The Broncos, that's a bullet shot right there, mate. He could have absolutely blasted through. I'm surprised there's no blood. Speaking of which, Carrigan here. Paddy Carrigan's no stranger to a big smasher on him here as Carrigan goes down. Payne Haas with the quick flip over here at Haas. Held on the grass there, and it's a penalty in under a minute in Harry Grant's second grand final. And he laughs it off as the Broncos get a very fortunate penalty to open up this game here. Extremely fortunate. Not what our super chatter JGs would have wanted. 1 second. There we go. That's much better. Just had to fix that. Broncos to win 22-12 is Thomas's opinion. Shout out to Thomas in the chat. I think I remember you too, bro. Adam Reynolds gets it to Walsh. Reece Walsh dummies! And the toilet water is strong here as he wins a 6 again for the Broncos. This is a big start for Brisbane in this grand final. Pakes goes to Carrigan here. And Carrigan into the ground. Shout out to, speaking of Patrick Carrigan, shout out to Tolty, who unfortunately got removed from this game due to the fitness of Carrigan. Definitely unfortunate for him. What a role he has played. He'll probably be watching on the sidelines and he'll still get a ring, just like Billy Walters would if they win. Reynolds. Over to Walsh. Walsh! Oh my God, that was beautiful! And the Broncos lead! The Broncos lead! The Brisbane Broncos have a try down the middle! The toilet water power! The toilet water power! The $10 dono from William! It's the toilet power! Ah! Absolutely exceptional! And Reece Walsh with a freakish pass that you can't teach. You can't teach that. You could put him in training for years and he's never learning that. That is exceptionally natural. He got way too close to touching that line, the winger, can I just say. He waited way too long to ground that. He's a very lucky boy. He's a very lucky boy, the Brisbane Bronco, but they'll take it 4-0 with thy kick to come. And in under 5 minutes, we have our first try of the 2025 Grand Final. Reece Walsh makes Cameron Munster look like Cameron Dumpster and flies through. Josiah, here we go. Absolutely brilliant from the Broncos there. It's our boy. It is Dean Mariner, the Submariner, going wing, wang, bang, bang, shang through, and beautiful. And Jerome Hughes is pointing at the line, shouting. Jerome Hughes reckoned he touched the line, but he knows he didn't. Dean Mariner, the lucky boy. Personally, I think he's good. Yep, they've confirmed the try. Way too close. Way too close. Never wait that long to score again, Brisbane, in this game. And the Broncos have it. Adam Reynolds from in front here. Obviously, there was that controversy a few years ago when he was considered a South Sydney legend. Well, he's at South Sydney no more, and he's starring as a leader for the Brisbane Broncos, proving every South Sydney board member wrong when they decided to not offer him more than a year at a time. Less money or not, Reynolds knew his value and he took it for all it was worth. He has made 2 grand finals ever since leaving Souths. Whereas I don't know if the Sydney Rabbitohs have made one since they lost him. Unfortunate for them. But Adam Reynolds, absolutely brilliant stuff. It is 6-0 to the Brisbane Broncos to open up this game here. And the Broncos, the Kings are playing from the front. Through the middle here, Eli Katoa, what a danger he is in the air, by the way. Beautiful tackle. Stefano Utuekamanu talking his smack earlier in the pre-game talk season, you know what I mean? Talking pretty early, a bit of smack against the Brizzy Broncos. Was it he caught them stuck up or something? Well, stick that one up, eh? Katoni Staggs, past the 30. Gets over to Piakora. And that is a good tackle from Sean Bloor. He's technically off contract soon. However, he has expressed no interest in going anywhere but staying at the Melbourne Storm. And I would blame him. They're in a grand final, for goodness sake. I wouldn't want to leave either. I'd say, do you want me to make lunches for a year? Let me stay, boy. Let me stay. Xavier Coates with a bit of razzle-dazzle here. A stat you will not believe in little TJC facts. Xavier Coates, 20 tries in 21 games. What a player he is, Xavier Coates. Seriously, probably one of the most prolific wingers in our game right now. As they fly over to the right here. By the way, thanks so much for the super chat so far, legends. They are really appreciated. We got a $10 and a $3 donation. Mate, I've already made $13. We're not even 10 minutes into this, mate. Thank you very much, legends. And Jerome Hughes clears it in the air now over to the right here. And on the 10-meter line, it ends up with the Brisbane Broncos again here. It was a good, firm tackle there. And now Karapati's just going to try and step around here. Karapati takes the tackle and goes down to the ground here. Reece Walsh with the short pass now. And the Submariner looking to sidestep through here. Makes him look like, oh my goodness. Melbourne Storm just trying to keep themselves together. Nothing stupid, right? Nothing stupid. 6-0 is doable. It's early days. This is really early in the game. The stress should not be there. And oh, what's the call? What's the call? All right, we got a one-on-one strip call. We got a one-on-one strip call here. That's the decision from the referee, it seems. Do you risk your challenge early for that? I don't know if it's worth it when you're up. For me, yeah, no, I don't think. The problem is the way his hand's positioned. I don't think it's smart with how the bunker is nowadays to challenge that. I just don't think it is. I think the bunker will say stripping action, even though I completely did. I don't go with it, but I'm just saying. So we carry on here. And the Melbourne Storm. Down the middle here, Stefano Utuekamanu. And Manu held on the ground there. Parramatta Eels Jr., by the way, in the 25 grand final. No doy, huh? Isn't that funny? Saw a bit of a news thing that Harry Grant apparently could have been a Bronco in his junior things. Either way, he's making a grand final this year. And oh, the Melbourne Storm out of nowhere through the middle. And it's Nick Meaney with the try. Not good enough for doggies, they said. Well, Melbourne said thank you very much. And the flowers are theirs to smell from the Mick Meaney himself. The Mick Saucy Meaney with a rather spicy sauce in play. And now that is hot. That is hot. And he shows a bit of his inner fullback with that run through the middle. Most centers are just not that agile, but he is. This fullback, center, and winger, he's the entire package, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get too excited, though. He's not open for business. And that was a beautiful build-up play from the Melbourne Storm there. Not what we wanted, but wow, Nick Meaney with a bit of individual brilliance off of a great team lineup there. And it's 6-4. And this could end up being a highly competitive and exciting game if it keeps going how it is. We're not even 10 minutes in, legends, and we've got 2 tries. This might not be a game for the defenders. This might just be a game for the attackers. from the sideline here. Nick Maney to slot it in. This is a grand final after all, and he's got it. Was I really doubting him? I shouldn't have. 6-all. What was I doing even remotely doubting this masterful player? And the amount of players playing for these top teams that were deemed not good enough by teams that aren't here anymore is insane. Absolutely. By the way, legends, with that try earlier from Dean Mariner, forget the Nick Meaney one for a second. With the try from Dean Mariner, he becomes the... He has officially scored in every finals game of 2025 that he's played. Huge moments for him there. And now the Broncos, good tackle on the first there on the 10-meter line, and Storm breakthrough. Harry Grant had to be grabbed on the legs there by Katoni Staggs. If he doesn't do that, it's there, right? Storm going. Pappenhausen. And danger signs heading out here as the Storm look to gain momentum. That's the last thing you want for a team like Melbourne, momentum. Will Warbrick and Ben Hunt and Shibasaki link up neatly. Shibasaki, the State of Origin winner, might I just add. There for your legends. Yeah. Will says, damn, Will. Damn. 6-all, bruh. And it's a clearance in the air there from the Storm. And it ends up with Walsh, who took that beautifully. Nothing too crazy. You don't have to be the hero every play. Good stuff, Reese. Now to the left here, and Ben Hunt. Champion players. Absolute champion players across the board from both sides. Karapati with the step forward here in Brisbane. On third tackle. Gets it over to Mariner, the sub-Mariner. He dives in there, gains about 5 meters for them here as it's a quick run from Pakes. And Pakes looks to open them up with something surprising. Nothing comes of it here. And from behind the 40, it's a really awkward pass on the 5th tackle. And Adam Reynolds just has to hit it. He had not much to do for it. And Xavier Coates gets the ball. Very lucky from Brisbane. In another world, Storm's flying away with that one and scoring. And there's his Queensland Origin teammate, Pat Carrigan, giving a penalty to his teammate. Eye for an eye, eh, bro? Queensland and a Queenslander. Watching it. Just a quick, bro. Yeah, it's a shoulder to the... There's a shoulder that contacts the head. I see it. Yeah, it's a penalty. He moves into it, but it's definitely a penalty. There's no doubt about that, legends. You can't doubt that 1 second. And there you have it. The Melbourne Storm with the tap and go here. Goes over to the right here and over past the 40 they go. Nearly to halfway before breaking point here. It's like a stick already. You could snap it in two, guys. You could snap it in toe. In toe, legends. It's ridiculous. It's a joke right now. You can't convince me otherwise. And the Storm ran the football there. Both teams playing some quality stuff here. The Storm Hughes over to Nick Meaney. And Nick Meaney with the tackle. Jerome Hughes wasn't happy, but the ref's fine. And 4th tackle here. Shibasaki waiting for the run to him here. What an offload from Melbourne. Is something coming of this? That could be a highlight of the game if something came from it. He looks absolutely smacked. Hughes now. And Coates in the air. It's something dangerous. It's off Walsh's chest. It's off Walsh's chest. That's a penalty, isn't it? It's a penalty. Goodness me. Unlucky. Oh, my God. Watching it. Interesting. Mate, the toilet water, bro. It's what's keeping this game alive, bro. I'm convinced Melbourne must have had some toilet water before it too. And Melbourne to continue with the ball from right in front with a full set. This is a nerve-wracking thing. One of the last things you want is Melbourne Storm. In the NRL in general, I would almost say that, like, you could make a debate who's worse to have right on that 10-meter line between Panthers and Storm. I think you could genuinely have a debate about that. That's how bad the Storm are to have on that 10-meter line with a full set. And it's 6 again, even worse. I mean, even better. Even better. And Storm on the first tackle, Payne get off him before he gives another 6 again, bro. Harry Grant looking to run it, finds the pass for Bloor now. Bloor on the ground. Sean Bloor held here. And now it's Grant. Munster, first receiver. Through the line here, takes them on here. And it's going to be a full 6 again. The referee will just not stop blowing the 6 agains here. And the player's offside here, Reece Walsh. But the defense was ready for Harry Grant to run in there. Absolutely brilliant. That's grand final level defense. Commentators curse. They kick through, and the second row is there. The Melbourne Storm lead. It is Ali Katoa, and this time it wasn't from the air. It was from the ground. Instead of being the high-flying second rower, he's become the low-crawling second rower, leaping on that ball. Mate, he's leaping better than a newborn baby Joey. Take a look at that ground, please. Probably a try, but what a moment from Katoa. What a run. It was a good kick from Hughes. Yeah, he gets it. He gets it. That's so margins, but there you go, Katoa. How are you doing tonight? As good as I was last stream, legends. As good as I was last stream. Wow, Meaty strikes back. Yeah, and he struck back good before, didn't he? And now we've got it for Katoa, baby. Bro, you just don't know with Katoa, do you? He's just that guy. He's got that dog in him. He's got that dog in him as a player. Eli Katoa, 62 tackle breaks this year. Jesus. Crazy stuff from him in this. And now with the kick, they've shot it. They've shot it. There you go. They got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We got him. It's 12-6 now, and the Brisbane Broncos have to bounce back from being behind by 6. And what a crazy game this is already turning out to be at the moment. I love it. The polls jumping back and forth. Storm Broncos, Storm Broncos, Storm Broncos, back all even. Nobody can decide on the poll what it's going to be, legends. You got to share around, get more people voting. Nobody can get on it. It's like, what are we going to get? Are we going to get something crazy? What are we going to do? And here comes the Melbourne Storm. When you take that early lead, you can't be letting them get how they do there. Harry Grant finds Bloor. Bloor takes off with speed here through the line now. And Bloor on his way through it. Runs through the line and held. Pappenhausen, we go over to the right now. Josh King. And King forces forward now. Josh King for the line here, and King held. Harry Grant finds the pass, and that was line ball at best from Harry Grant, but we're going to ignore it for, I guess, pace of the game, right, legends? And the Melbourne Storm now. And the Broncos, they don't know. And, Warbrick did his absolute best to try and force the drop ball there, and he almost did. He almost did, but luckily they hold on. And the Submariner rushes into the line here. He got given a dessert-level try there. It had all of the chocolate goodiness on the inside. Speaking of which, Sundays for all if you win. Adam Reynolds. Maybe no Sundays for Reynolds. He needs to grow more. Round to the left. Reece Walsh clears it. Over to the 20. It bounces, and on the 10, Pappenhausen gets it here. Ryan Pappenhausen running forward now. Looking for the pass here. He's not going to find it. He's going to go alone now. Ryan Pappenhausen. Pappy Power. Pappenhausen back to the field. Wishart now. When you wish upon a heart, you get Wishart. Georgie says Broncos. Georgie, we're going to need the Broncos to step up. But it's not done yet, bro. Only 12-6, bro. If the Broncos can score, mate, even if they let Storm in again, I feel like they can still afford that. But they need to be getting the try in the next 2 ones, I reckon. At least to keep it in. Pappenhausen. all around. This feels like the type of game that can change from out of nowhere on its head. Oh my God, that's an absolute thunder. And the Storm knocked that on. He's knocked the ball forward there. Will the Storm be upset with that and challenge? They won't. Yeah, smart. Parallels to win 26 NRL Grand Final, my man. Hell yeah, Jeffrey. I love that prediction. Let's make it happen, Jeffrey. Yeah. In fact, you know what? That's such a good comment. That's such a good comment. Where is it? Get that up there. Hell yeah, that's a pinned comment. That's a pinned comment. Everyone has to look at that now as they come into the stream. Everyone has to see your perfectly accurate prediction there that the Parramatta Eels are winning the comp in 26. All right, now to the left. The last captain to hold that premiership trophy for Brisbane was Darren Lockyer here. Will we have a new player lifting that tonight? Reece Walsh. Round to the right, Ben Hunt. Hunt dummies here. Please just don't knock it on, Ben Hunt. I can't help but feel scared about that. Reece Walsh with a really low, awkward bouncing kick that Pappenhausen really had to watch out for and get to. And now Coates into the line there, and Carrigan takes a good hit on him there. Hit for tits, and they're down. And Wishart now splashing the cash into the line for a big money bash. Will Warbrick. Oh, the bricks have fallen. The bricks have fallen. Carrigan. Somebody tell me, are we at the right game? We sure this isn't just a demolition? Storm finds the offload to Hughes. And oh, beautiful. He's bloody kicking them, sir. He's bloody kicking them. He's kicking them. Kicking them. I think he meant NRLW. No, we're winning both legends. We're winning both legend. We're winning both. We're winning the girls and the boys, mate. NRLW and NRL. That's what he meant, bro. We're just winning 26. In fact, we're even going to win the preseason as well. You heard that right. Coates gets through. Oh, that might be a penalty. That might be a penalty. That could be a penalty. There was definitely a hit on the head. Absolutely, there was a hit on the head. The question is, was it head on head? What was the call? Oh, no. Oh, no. That is a firm shoulder from Walsh into the head of Coates. This is Reece Walsh we're talking about. I'm going to be really surprised if this doesn't get looked at really badly on Walsh. Reece, you better start praying, my boy. You better start praying, Reece, because the referee's not going to go easy on you. You're Reece Walsh. And somehow, despite all the hate he gets, Reece Walsh lives another day. By the way, legends, you're allowed to dislike Reece Walsh, but I'd like to say, just not that I expect any bad of my audience, but I'm really disappointed in anybody that's being threatening with Walsh. I've seen that online and stuff, how that's going. Just, at the end of the day, you don't have to like the person, but you don't need to be going at him with some of the stuff people go at him with. Harry Grant finds the pass over to Hughes. Hughes goes to Munster. I am shocked that Reece Walsh call wasn't a bidding. And I say that as somebody that has that respect. I don't hate Walsh like others, but goodness me, that bidding was, that not being a bidding was surprising. I mean, shoulder did deliberate. He had eyes on the player. Shoulder was lifted, contact the head. I'd say this about any team, I'd have to admit this with Para. That's the thing. But ultimately it didn't happen, so I guess I've got to just go on with it, right? And down the left here, right, the Storm, and he's got it, Will Warbrick for the Melbourne Storm. Now I did say earlier, I think one more try is good, but they can't let them run away with it now, Melbourne. They have to switch on from here. The Brisbane Broncos need to click into action. Honestly, absolutely exceptional there. Lewis would be proud. King Wally himself. Warbrick the former Olympic star, and the Brisbane Broncos just could not stop them. Absolutely wild. And, you know, I guess the extra defender didn't even matter, did it? And Ali Katoa, he runs from going over and under, but now he's assisting as well. You'd think he was a halfback. You'd think he was a 5'8". You'd think he was the creative boy in their team. The ultimate hooker. William Hunt jumping into the chat. People forget that it's a sport/game sometimes. Absolutely, William. I think that's the sad part about our game sometimes, that people forget it's a game, right? But absolutely. Absolutely too much hatred. Passion is good, but hate's just not it. Except hating New South Wales is okay. Yeah, hating New South Wales is okay, but that's a different story, Legend. That's a different story completely. Is Lollylegs going to miss it? Lollylegs missed it! Lollylegs missed it! The Storm. All right, there we go. And it remains 16-6. Not game over, but they are in danger zone if they don't switch. If they don't look to get one of the next ones, this is getting nerve-wracking for them, the Brisbane Broncos. Oh, dearie me, says Mel. Dearie me indeed. Dearie old me indeed, Rooney. It's very dearie old. Honestly, though, so far, it's been a fun grand final. Okay, we only got 70 minutes to go. Not looking too good, brother. I mean, it's not looking perfect, Legend. It's I'd be really nervous if I was if I was a Broncos fan. But personally, for me, I'm not ruling you out just yet. All right, you're the Brisbane Broncos. You came back from 14-0 down against the Panthers, for God's sake. All right, the Melbourne Storm through the line. Oh, he lost the ball. He lost the ball. The Broncos. That's just what they needed. Oh my God. Who went to the fortune teller before this game? Who did it? Who has the tarot cards? I think it's Brendan Piagora. Maybe Pakes. And it's a wicked tackle on the Eels Junior and former Tigers player, now Tigers hater, Stefano Utuwe-Kamanu. All good, Walshy. And here we go. Broncos. Reynolds. He kicks on first. What is he doing? And Pappy will kick it out of play for a goal line dropout. One of those moments where if it works, it's considered absolutely legendary. If it doesn't work, it's considered a bit strange. Unfortunately, the tarot card read his misfortune with that one, and the Purple Sea hits a thunderbolt out of play for it, and it's going to be a goal line dropout. That's messed up. And here we go with the low kick now. Paddy Carrigan. Now forward here. It's a kick long there. And they took him out. They took him out to the cleaners. And the first change is happening as Kobe Hetherington is coming onto the field in what will be his final game. I repeat, final game for the Brisbane Broncos before he goes to the Manly Warringah Seagulls next year. Reece Walsh, Katoni Staggs, and Staggs couldn't get there. Good on him for not panicking, though. And it's 6 more tackles on the fourth. Reynolds, take it, Hetherington. Take it, you big lad. And down he goes. And Sean Bloor smelt something as it's 6 again on first tackle. Why even bother giving 6 again on first tackle? I mean, for me, there's no advantage to it. And Pakes goes around Hetherington. Walsh alone finds the pass. They step around. Find Staggs. They didn't know what to do with it. The Storm defense switched on so hard there. And Walsh is a key figure in this game. You can already tell. Reynolds and Ben Hunt, he almost knocked the ball. He kicks it low. And I got to say, Mr. 2015 got a little too close to repeating his mistakes. Luckily for him, he did not, though. I mean, he somewhat did, but he did not. That kick was a cover-up for me of a ball going loose. Unfortunate for him, but that's just how it is. And is it going to be 6 again for the Storm? I heard for a second. Nah. 6 again, 3 for Storm, 2 for the Broncos so far in this game here. Quite evenly matched at the moment here. But the Broncos just didn't take advantage. They had multiple right there. Right there, legends. It wasn't just like they had them. They had them right on the moment, on the money shot. And he's going to let it run out to the dead ball line, the Brisbane Bronco here. And it's going to be a 20-meter restart here. Here they go, 7-tackle set. And looks like Payne Haas is coming off, legends. He usually plays 80 minutes. The super soldier. Has anybody seen Captain America? And I'm also mean the first one, where they've got like a really badly CG skinny Steve Rogers, right? Chris Evans. Well, once you pump that stuff into him and he becomes the real Chris Evans, that's Payne Haas essentially. Only he's got all the abilities and he's not acting. He could create his own cinematic universe with his abilities. Ben Hunt over to the left here. And, oh, wow. Jerome Hughes, one arm that he can still do it. I don't know if he crept up high there. The referee blows penalty on reports. Penalty on report to Hughes. Hughes isn't happy. Hughes doesn't get it. He doesn't know what he's done. He doesn't know what he's done, legends. He's confused. Was his bad arm? He his shoulder with his bad arm. He did him high with his bad arm. Jerome Hughes, ladies and gents. Honestly, I don't know if that was a very smart choice there, Jerome. And the Broncos, 20 metres away now. Kobe Hetherington, forward now. Manly bound next year. Can he flap around like the bird he's bound to become? Reynolds. I mean, Buddy's hopped a lot, right? They hopped a lot. They do. They hop a lot. He's a former Buddy. Can Adam Reynolds do something? Back around here. It's a good pass for Jordan Ricky, who's in the team now. It's a hard Storm line there. And rushing. It's going to be 5th tackle now. And the Broncos, I don't recommend just running into the line with this one. I don't recommend it. Pakes to Reynolds. It's a low kick, the Storm, and they don't know what's going on. Touches Alec, then touches Josh. They're ruling a knock on now. And the Melbourne Storm are going to challenge it. Again, it was against them initially. They're going to say that they didn't knock that on, or at least didn't knock it on first. Sydney Funder says, "G'day, mate." "G'day, mate. Welcome to another NRL Livestream reaction. How you doing, bro?" With the Aussie accent. 56 votes on the poll so far, and 57% of you have gone with the Storm. Play on at this stage. All right. Will the Storm get this one successful? All right. That's going to be a successful challenge for the Melbourne Storm here. And I hate to say it, but it's the correct call. It's the correct call. The Melbourne Storm will get the ball back here. If the Broncos are going to want to win this, they're going to have to get it with the undeniable right calls. That's the thing. They weren't going to get it with that one. Storm were always going to challenge something like that. Warbrick. The Storm to the left here and through the middle here, Melbourne. And that's a beautiful tackle from Smoothie. Tyson Smoothie's on the field. And here's McDonald now, taking the hits. Gets it over to Jerome Hughes, who passes the 20-metre line and goes to the 30. How is this man one-armed that he's pulling this stuff off? Come on, bro. Come on. I injured my leg for like a month with a high five once, and you can do that? Real story, legends. It happened at the charity match. Back round to the left here. Enjoying it here, all. Glad to hear you're enjoying it, Thomas. I'm enjoying having you here, legend, all right? I enjoy having all my viewers here. Brisbane Broncos, over to the left. Shibasaki, Arms up here for the Origin representative. And Alec McDonald, probably never an Origin representative, tackling for a second. Madge Maguire just talking his words. Notice how it's not Trent Barrett who failed at para. Hetherington around almost through Harry, but gets tackled. Reece Walsh, Walsh alive! Reece Walsh with individual brilliance! He is absolutely exceptional! Take a bow, you toilet water drinking superstar! Reece Walsh, ladies and gentlemen, he scored 5 tries in his last 6. Make that 6 in his last 7. Reece Walsh. And he's not number 1 just because of his position. It's also how he carries the team on his back like the number 1 hero. And the post personally obstructs the defense there for Reece Walsh to fly high there. Birds of a feather. The Storm just could not get him. Pappenhausen put to sleep. Just like his career when he joins R360. And Walsh crashing on over with something absolutely special here. He bended off Pappy like he was nothing. Like he was nothing. Walsh. And the Broncos are not making the mistake that they did versus the Penrith Panthers in 23. At least yet. 12-16. And that could be trying the game, legends, Reece Walsh. 6-7 now for him. An absolute gun. A freak of nature, says Will. And William adds in with Reece owns Pappenhausen. He does. He does. Get the leash on him. Get the leash on him. In fact, you know what? Where's the water bowl? He needs it. He needs it, but no toilet water for him. He hasn't earned it. He hasn't earned it yet, legends. And here's a fun fact for you. Broncos have never lost a grand final to Storm. Isn't that a good fact for you? 2006, they played one. The last time Broncos won. Yes, in 2006. That's what I'm saying. This is the 2006 rematch. Okay. The Brisbane, that's what they've been saying online. Broncos around past the 10-meter line here. Where Bam has haven't seen Bam yet, bro, but he's ready. He's ready to do something soon. They've only played one. Yes, but they won it, didn't they? That's the point, legend. Hetherington. Now Staggs sprinting forward. I still think Tony Staggs, despite being one of the most rated players and being in the team of the year, is still somehow underrated for me. An absolutely elite centre. And bad news for the Broncos as Brendan Piacori is undergoing a head injury assessment category 2 right now. Also, bad news for the Storm. Jack Howarth, their starting centre, has officially been ruled out with an injury. Wishing Howarth a speedy recovery for next season. And so close to a 40-20, the Broncos. Am I the only one that feels like Xavier Coates? Like, no offense to him, all right, okay. But, like, I feel like that's almost tactical, the way he falls into the arms there of the Bronco defenders. Do I think the Broncos defenders need to be more careful when tackling? Yes. But I almost feel like Coates dives down to get hit in the face. That's me getting into conspiracy theory territory, but for me, that's how it felt looking at that replay there. Now through the middle here. Tui Kamifa now. And Kamifa forward here. Kamifa held on the halfway line here. Harry Grant, special delivery service. He could start his own postal code with how he goes. Just imagine being Storm where you go from Cameron Smith to Brandon Smith to Harry Grant. Their hooker like scouts must be unbelievable. They seriously must be. Hughes, Eli Katoa finds Meany. Nick Meaney now, and the Mick Meaney's held on the ground here. They're going to have to kick it to the freak of nature himself. Ryan Pappenhausen's owner. No, that's a late contact on Hughes, but it's fine. Coates splitting through. Was that off a Bronco knock on? And they're pointing at each other. They're pointing at each other. They're pointing at each other. They're not happy. They both think each other touched it. They think each other touched it. Look at the replay here. It looks like the Broncos live, but I'm not sure about that. I think it's tight. I think it's tight from that angle, but we'll see on this one. That's very tight. That's very tight. You could argue Coates hits that in a forward direction before the Bronco has a play in it. But, you know, that it's so tight. That's milliseconds. I'm not actually mad about that call necessarily, even if Storm score here. Because genuinely, I don't know how someone in live play is meant to tell something like that. That was very tight. See, I can be fair when I want to be. Harry Grant to the right. Hughes. And Jerome Hughes. Jerome Hughes breaks through for the Melbourne Storm. It's not quite as impressive as Welshie boys try, but it is quite entertaining. Jerome Hughes. He's been playing one-handed, and yet he smacks them. Walsh is so protected. He didn't look that protected when he absolutely gutted the Storm defense there earlier. Oh, that was just brilliant from Jerome Hughes there. Can't look past it. Can't deny it. 20-12. It sucks for Broncos that it came off a real 50-50 call, but we all know Melbourne's going to get those a lot of the time. The Broncos can't be letting 50-50 calls like that happen. They have to take their moments when they're in the air. They just have to. They have to. He should have been bin. I agree he should have been bin legend. I do agree with that, but I do agree with that to an extent. All right, I do agree he should have been bin, but at the end of the day, there's not much we can do about it, man, other than continue enjoying the game here. I agree with you, though, but I don't think it's any worse than the decision in the girls' game. And there you go. Nick Meaney takes the kick there. And we got a goal for the Melbourne Storm. And it's a 10-point lead. I know it looks scary with it being 22 points already to Melbourne, but you got to remember 10 points is nothing. It's nothing in a Grand Porter. If Broncos win, I'm going to be so mad. I'm not going to be mad. Storm winning would suck for me, but I respect that. I respect that, all right? Like, I understand that, like, Walsh really shouldn't have. To me, though, like, you know, to me, though, you could also argue, oh, Storm shouldn't have scored that because Coates hit that first, you know? You could argue that too, but at the end of the day, it happened. As long as I've lived. That's fair enough, man. For me, Storm's way more unlikable, but that's just me as a Para fan. Jerome did the shoulder to the head earlier too, though. Exactly. And he was fine. That's the thing. For me, you can't pick on one and not pick on both. For me, if we're gonna be fair, we're gonna put people on the same footing. We're gonna look at them with the same rule set for each other, even if we dislike them. Hughes. Like, I can't stand Storm, but I'm going to admit they've had some good reffing in their favor that's been right for the most part. That one call that led for a try, though, that wasn't. Though you could argue that also Walsh should have been in the bin. So in a way, maybe that's a try for a try, right? Munster clears the ball now over to the left side here. And near the 10-meter line, it is beautifully collected there by Mariner here. Next year we'll be on this stage. Heck yeah, brah. Heck yeah, mate. 100%. It's happening, bro. Next year. Look at the pinned comment, mate. It's spitting facts. Where's him? Sean Bohr with a very boring tackle there. Loiero, the new Mark Nichols, gets over to the left here. And Wilson with the run. Ezra, bam! Bam, where? Bam, you got bammed. Obviously, Ezra faced a lot of media scrutiny this year. How do you feel about Ezra? He definitely is a good player. Now over to the 15 here, Pappenhausen. Gets it over to Coates then. Xavier Coates on his way forward here. And Coates held on the ground there. Bye-bye. A minute and a half to go in the first half, legends. That's right, we're only on the first half here. Storm attack is beautiful. It really is like, you got to appreciate the game, right? When it comes to you. When it comes to you and you get these moments, you got to appreciate it. And they keep going here. Pappenhausen. Harry Grant, Munster. Finds Wishart here. Tyron Wishart around now. The tackle's complete because Tyson Smoothie's urgency there. That should be looked at as a very good moment. Hughes clears it in the air now. He's kicking for it. Reece Walsh. He got it. Why would you pass that? Why would you pass that? Oh my God, it's a miracle that he didn't roll knock on. It's a miracle. Why would you pass that? There is nothing more Reece Walsh than that. Absolutely not. Also, great news for Broncos fans. Brendan Piakora has passed his head injury assessment. He should be back in the second half. Ezra Mam. Katoni Staggs. Staggs around here. Staggs. They've only got 20 seconds. They got one set. All right. They got 18 seconds. They got 17 seconds. They got 16 seconds. They got 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Shibasaki. Saki. Shibasaki keeps going. And the ball's played. There's one more. There's one more. Willison. And he couldn't get through Xavier Willison. Wow, what a effort from the Broncos. And that is a great end to the first half of our 2025 Grand Final. I can't believe it's the end of the first half. Wait a second. Yep, no, it's okay. Okay, they were waiting on a challenge potentially, but they didn't do it. They didn't do it. Righto. And it's halftime here. They trail by just 10 points, the Brisbane Broncos. With an entire 40 minutes to come, it's hard to say exactly where this game will go. But what I do know is that it will be beautiful, immaculate, and better than toilet water. Adam Reynolds is just not happy with the referee right now. He's clearly not happy about something that's been called. Anyway, it's time for the TJC Sports Halftime Show with your host, TJC Sports. The chill point of the stream. We get to relax. You guys feel free to ask questions, debate about the game, all that good stuff. I'm just here. I'm available. I'm available while I chill and I talk about the stats of the game, guys. All that good stuff. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. And what a end to a first half of my first grand final stream this has been. Absolutely loved every second. If only Panthers were there, I'd be supporting them. I personally could never support the Panthers legend because for me, every premiership Panthers win is worse than a spoon for para for how I view it, legend. Yeah, I'm firm on that. Oh, absolutely. He's a cutie patootie, Reece Walsh, bro. He's a cutie patootie, bro, Reece Walsh. And it's all thanks to that toilet water, man. I think he's got some great blush too. Awesome guy. And you know what? Well, mate, Queenslander, bro. Queenslander. He's got the good genes too. He's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Just don't have him jumping on beds or anything stupid. Also, don't leave him near your toilet if you've done anything bad recently. All right? It's not going to work. Oh, no, you're not fooling me into that today. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If that's your team, that's your team. You know what I mean? Absolutely. I respect that completely. I just know why I won't support them. You get what I mean? You get what I mean? I completely respect that. Roosters Premiers 2026. Para Premiers, mate. You're going to have to save your time for 27, brother. You're going to have to wait till 27 for yours, mate. 26 is Paras. Paras, bro. Paras Premiership for the win. And we'll be singing Paradise. It's going to be epic legends. Absolutely legendary. You won't be able to count how epic it is on your finger, how many like epic things you're going to be able to describe. It's going to be like great game, respect for them. I mean, here's the thing, legend. Okay, and I'm not saying this to tell you off. I absolutely respect your opinion, all right? For me, I love for me, I love it when we get some different opinions, because for me, different opinions are what makes the rugby league community, right? But for me personally, it's just for me, the rivalry and the arrogance is a bit too much. I think it's perfectly great to respect the unbelievable legendary run that we will never see again by this team. All right. But let's not forget that, okay, and this is going to sound like a real reach here, but all right, I'm going to go to Alex Johnson. You know how we know Alex Johnson's going to be overtaking Ken Irvine? Ken Irvine played in what, the 60s, 70s? All right. If we're going to go by that, technically there's a team that's already won 11. They may not be in the comp anymore. I don't care what people say. But St. George won 11 in a row. All right. Like, technically, there is historic teams, okay, that have done it before, technically. But if we're talking about modern era, absolute mad respect to the Penrith Panthers. It'll never be repeated, probably, with how quick the game's going. They also probably will be back with another premiership in the near future. I hope not, but they probably will be. Mad respect to the abilities they have, but ultimately, they'll always have that hatred there because of how they are towards Parrot. But respect where it's due. On a playing field, they are a very good team. And they are arguably a legendary team. All right? That's my views on that. Sorry, had to have meds. I'm back. Mel, you don't ever have to apologize for having to do important stuff, all right? Good to have you here. That's all that matters. Good to have you here. What a fun time we are having right now. Like the stream legends, thank you, Joseph Reader, bro. Thank you very much. Will jumps in with, are Storm supporters confident? Unfortunately, yes, but I think they would have been confident when they were up 12-6, bro. Like, I feel like Storm fans trust me, I grew up, right, I'm Victorian, you know, I grew up around this stuff. Melbourne fans do not know what losing is like for the most part, and they absolutely would have thought as soon as they went ahead that they'd won it. That's Melbourne fans for you. I remember going to a game, I think it was like 2 years ago now, right, which is crazy to think about. I remember going to a game and they played Canberra in it, I believe. And Canberra got the shocking win. James Schiller scored an incredible try right in front of me. And the amount of stuff that was just left on the ground, they were taking off their shirts. They were absolutely miserable. By the way, this team, when they lost to them, was in third place. Third place. And then they dropped out of the top four. But yeah, like, I'm sorry. Are you still playing finals? Absolutely insane, man. I just will never understand that as an Eels fan. They've got they've got a high expectation. Yo, NRLB edits. Come on, Brisbane. What a game. What a game indeed, legend. Grant Atkins is on Storm's payroll too, Jesse. Yeah, he did make an odd call or two, but you could also argue, even though it was at the end of the day, the Bunkers call, that he should have gone to the bin. But we don't focus too much on it. In my opinion, if there's a couple wrong calls each way, it evens itself out for me. That's how I try to view it, because if I try to look at every single thing and get too upset about it, I'm going to be devastated forever. You know, I'm going to go click, clack, 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 damn. Hey, Mel, thank you so much. I'm sorry it took me a moment to get to that. I'm so sorry. But $20, wow. Thank you so much for that super chat. Let's read this one out. We are the power. We are the speed. We are the state champion for 100%. Enjoy, legend. I will enjoy, especially if the Broncos come back. But thank you so much. And up the Wars, up the Warriors, Wars to the world. Is that what you guys say? Warriors to the world, something like that's your new saying, Bell? Mad respect. Thank you very much. Where's Julian gone? He only comes in when the Broncos are winning. Remember that, bro? Bro, you're like a bro. Mel, yeah, you know what I mean. They always. I don't know about TJC. That's all good, bro. You can go for Melbourne. For me, I can't. 09's too hard, but, you know, I get it. We know games are won with bribery, TJC. Honestly, you can't prove it, but, like, sometimes you got to wonder with calls sometimes, don't you? Sometimes you got to wonder. Sometimes you got to be like, what the heck, bro? Are you kidding me? That's not even possible. Just 40 to go in our NRL season. F the cheats, but geez, this is a good game. Absolutely, Andrew. This has been an unbelievable game. Almost unbelievable as the level of legendary that Mel is for that dono. Almost. Not quite. I'm feeling deflated. Come on, Bronx. Surely we can't lose 3 grand finals in a row. Surely not. Do it for Will. Don't lose for Will. Win for Will. Win for Will. He needs it. What happened to Wonder Boy Walshy? Well, he scored a brilliant try. He just didn't. I'm glad that it's halftime so I can pause and it doesn't look wrong. Like I don't get criticized too hard for it, but I can just say I'm feeling time. But the reason, what just happened is that the defense. I don't think much of it was on Walsh necessarily. How this game's gone, I feel like Walsh has had an overall pretty good game, but probably not quite what he needs. Probably not quite. I feel like. For me, it's about 1 or 2 Broncos versus the rest of the team. Like, I feel like the Broncos need to switch on a bit more as a team to come back in this one here. Because I don't like that both tries have come off of Walsh almost completely. Like, Walsh has been unreal. I don't think that, I feel like it's for me, it's some of the other players that just need to lift up a little bit. But overall, what a freaking game this has been. Only 4 penalties to 2. It's insane. I do agree with you in 2019 that they made the wrong call there, but I know different people have different opinions on it. First time I tipped bloody Bronx and this happens. I get you. I don't know. For me, the best ending for Para fans is if Broncos win, but I get it. It's all good, legend. Do you, as an episode that you want Storm to win? Some Eels fans just really dislike Broncos. I find it weird too, Andrew, but that's just how it is. Some Eels fans just really dislike Broncos. And some fans in a lot of fan bases just dislike them. It's pretty crazy to me, but it's how it is. I don't agree with it, but I'll keep the faith though, even if it's against my religion. What's your religion? The anti-bronchitis. Is that what it is? The anti-bronchitis? The bronchitis, right? The anti-bronchitis. Any Eel fan that understands how ridiculous that was will always be burned by 09 with Melbourne, and also just the way that they get away with so much. Oof. And you can go, Barry cheated the comp too. Listen, we cheated the comp through really stupid financial choices, and also we got a spoon during that time, okay? Let's give ourselves a break here, guys. When we're criticizing Para for quote doing the same as Melbourne. It was not the same deal as Melbourne. You're allowed to not like Queensland teams, legend, but that's the one. We cheated and won a spoon. They got to us that they celebrate to this day. Exactly, Andrew. Exactly. It's different. It's just different. It's just different. But it wasn't even cheating like we bought a better squad. Our squad literally just... we couldn't afford what we had in the con. It was just really bad. It was just a terrible time from us. Honestly, I've got a question, all right? Okay, hear me out, right? Is there a chance that if they're allowed to celebrate that we can get back our Nines win? How about that, guys? Can we celebrate our Nines victory? Come on, Parramatta. Yeah, it was bad book management, which is completely different to... The Storm were deliberately making... There was another book with Storm. We just did really terrible book management. It is just a different story. Broncos had all the other teams outside of Panthers. Storm has to stand up each and every year going to the grand final besides those two teams you just see. Absolutely. Actual fact, I hate to admit, I loved the Broncos in the 80s and 90s. Well, I've heard a lot of crazy stuff in my time, but that might be the craziest, all right? Okay? And I've heard people, mate, I've heard people say that... I've heard people say some crazy stuff, all right? I've heard people say that Jake that Jake Arthur could be on Cleary level when he first debuted. Like, I've heard some crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I have 3 out of 4 anytime try scorers, mate. I should have placed a molding. You should have. You should have, Bosky. Who's your last one? I wish the NRL would get rid of them. They don't care for rugby league. They don't care for rugby league. They don't care for rugby league. It's the annoying thing about them that they always win. I hope Walsh scores a hat trick just because you said that. Truth or dare type stuff. Truth or dare and do type stuff right there. Terrifying. Mate, this second half can't come fast enough. Am I the only one that's like really hyped for this? I'm just going, oh my god about it. So far, the Storm have definitely had the advantage in possession, 54% to 46%. Over 2 minutes more with the ball. It didn't feel that way. 95% completion rate. I'm sorry, but 95%. What the hell? Okay, this is not human stuff. And then 89% should be good. But it looks bad next to Storms. 89% would be good against 90% of the bloody NRL, I'm convinced. But against the Storm? No. They have to be so much better. Like, bro. More run meters. I need to find a stat Broncos wins in. Let's find one. Oh my god, you literally are. Congratulations, Broncos. You lead in 2 stats. Rubbers and forced dropouts. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Still playing the best they have. They are, mate. They are playing the best they've had. It's so clear. I have Pappenhausen to score in Melbourne win. Oh, God. Why? Why would you do that to me, Bosky? The dirty dogs. The dirty dogs, no! When the footy is, I might just get sucked into it. No, I don't blame you, Andrew. I don't blame you at all, bro. We get sucked into it too here on the channel. It's all good, man. Mate, how sucked in I'm going to get to this is crazy. Pappy will cook, and he'll cook hard, legend. I'm just glad NRLW Broncos won the Grand Final Queensland Origin this year. Yeah, that's 2 good things, eh, legend? That's 2 good things. You know, while not everything's going to go our way, those 2 good things do go a long way to helping out with those feelings, eh? They go a very long way. Go look at Cleary Insta story. It's important. What do you mean? Go look at Cleary's Insta story. I got you. I'm curious why you've told me this. Nathan Cleary's been dethroned. Nathan officially announces that Jet Cleary is the favorite child now. Absolutely brilliant. Nathan who? Jet's the man. Of Ukrainian descent, which I never knew until called it out. I like dogs because of Halligan and El Masri. Oh, what players, right? What players. Way before Waz time. Way before. But you're a Waz girl now, and we respect that. Still will. No one cares for state of origin. Queensland cheat every Come on, Will. Let's get back to Broncos talk. Let's not be dissing the champs. Not because of SBW, Bill. Jet what, mate? SBW. Sonny Bill Williams, bro. What a player. Just too good. I've got a strange feeling this second half is going to be something really memorable. I've got a strange feeling. Whether it's for the right reasons or the wrong reasons, we won't forget this. I'm good, thanks, Nicholas. I'm very good, actually. I'm great. By the way, can I just say, it is amazing that we have had free super chats here. The $3 from JG's, the $10 from William, the $20 from Melon. Oh my God, speak up the freaking devil. As I'm talking about it, look what pops up. Emu King with a $10 donation. Here, take my money. If Broncos win, everyone wins. Great to see your grand final live. Keep up the great work, bro. Appreciate it, legend. Thank you so much for the $10 dono. I don't do it for the money, but I heavily appreciate when somebody that can drops in the donos like that. If the Broncos win, everyone wins. Absolutely. We'll try to do more lives in the grand finals in the future, but I guarantee if it's Para, I'm going to always be there. Anyways, thanks so much, legends. Appreciate all of you who have dropped super chats so far. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and we're going to get on with the second half in just a moment here on this one. Boom, boom, boom. It's going to be absolutely legendary as Wishart leads them out. Who is the referee tonight? I believe it's Akin, legend. I believe it's Akin. After this, going to watch Warriors vs. Bears highlights. What, so you can watch a bigger smashing? Absolutely ridiculous. All right. Anyways, on to the second half here. Say a prayer for the Bronx, Mel says. Absolutely not, Neutralizer. Absolutely not. But fun fact, I never actually ever. You should talk to YouTube, Neutralizer, because well, I got when you said that to me, I actually lost my monetization. So like I never actually got that. So YouTube actually kept that, which is kind of funny, right? So technically you paid YouTube and not me. Sorry about that, legend, by the way. But yeah, nobody's ever topped that. All right, the Melbourne Storm here on the 10-meter line. Tui Kamifa here. Kamifa forward. I watched that game. Bears done well to get 20 points. Warriors were just too good, I assume. As the second half is underway here. I just told you the referee, Nicholas. That's all good, legend. That's all good. You're good. You're chill, bro. I'm well past that. That's old news, bro. That's old news. I've got $30. I'm rich. I'm rich, bro. I'm rich. I'm actually $33. Very rich. $43. I'm very rich. Very, very, very rich. Very rich. The Melbourne Storm here. And the try scorer held on the halfway line here. Now with the kick in the air, over to the right side here. It's flying now for Warbrick, and it's allowed to bounce here. It lands in the hand of Karapati now, and Patty's just going to have to take the tackle there. Two halves for the Melbourne Servant, and I thought there was going to be a penalty there for the Broncos, but the ref actually just says go to this place instead to play the ball. Yeah, don't worry, Mel. That guy's just a troll. He's good. We're good. Let's carry on. 12-22 at the moment. Just that 10-point gap. Ben Hunt over to Mam. Mam finds his way over to Shibasaki. Shibasaki finds his way around here. Broncos most def coming home with a wet sail. Can only hope, man. Storm had hands on hips late in the second half. Hopefully the Broncos, hoping the Broncos finish strong, legend. Absolutely. Hopefully. Be back in the last 10 minutes. Going to watch it on Channel 9. That's all good, Neutralizer. See you in the last 10, bro. See you in the last 10. Absolutely incredible effort from Adam Reynolds here. But it just doesn't quite make it. And he gets it right in the center there. And the Brisbane Broncos are getting it to a defensive standard. Storm, Munster, past the left here. Cameron Munster held on the ground. Making nearly 200 meters last week. Held on the ground there, the 5'8". Goes around here to Tui Kamifa now. And Kamifa just runs forward here for another attacking surge in that one. You know a crazy fact nobody knows about this particular date, legends? The last time Melbourne Storm played on October 5th, they lost 40-0 to Manly. Isn't that a fun fact? Well, this is a very different game to that, isn't it? And Kamifa, is that a knock-on or did he get a try? Is that a knock-on or did he get a try? The referee is blowing the whistle. That's the last thing the Broncos wanted opening up this game, this half. Oh, 26-12. Oh, no. Oh, no. And he definitely regathers that. No, he loses that. He loses that. He loses that. You little fibber. You little fibber. Send him to St. Helens early. Send him to St. Helens early. Absolutely knocks that on. I'm already removing the points. I'm already removing the points. You knock that out. Definitely. He loses the ball over the try line. Yeah, absolutely. Correct decision. Two teams we love to hate, and we wouldn't have it any other way, Mel. Any other way. Melbourne Storm now. God, just look at that defensive line. They're so intimidating. The Broncos. Running forward now. How long has it been since Tui scored a try? Definitely a while. Pat Carrigan. And he flies through. And now to Heverington, who's a mastermind here. I was 83 tomorrow, fun fact. Really? That's crazy. Happy birthday to your mother tomorrow. 83. A real soldier. That's awesome. Ezra Mam, around here. Stacks around here. Ezra Mam, go, 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 go. Ezra Mam now. And Ezra Mam held. Ben Hunt finds their way around here. Goes to Willison. Willison forward now. Oh my God. The Broncos in the air here. Lots of chase on this Walsh. And the Storm knock it on. The Storm knock the ball on. They knock it on. Yeah, absolutely. Pappy. Oh no, Pappy's feeling his arm. He's good. He seems good, but... Nah, Walsh is going for the ball. He's only got eyes on the ball. Walsh has only got eyes on the ball. That's good. Bloody Storm. That's good. Only eyes on the ball. He can't do anything about it, the Storm. And that's the kind of error that the Storm didn't want to make after how the second half started for Bronx. Now to the left. Walsh. He'll just step and go. Remember, you don't got to be the hero every play. You just got to do the simple stuff. Bloody Storm. It's 5 minutes after halftime now. And Heverington rushes forward here into the line here. And Heverington. Ben Hunt. For redemption, it's 6 again. Reynolds. To Mam. 5 Shibasaki! Shibasaki! The Broncos are over! And the Melbourne Storm have a lead that's not so comfortable. Jinxie, jinxie, jinxie. 16-22. What an absolute fire game. Shipper Saki, the Queensland Maroon. Off of an Ezra Man pass. Yeah, that's a good try too. That's a good try. Kamikamifa just could not stop him down the other end. And when Nick Meaney does his best to get him with Warbrick's help, he just reaches out and goes, you guys are not stopping me. I am making sure that we have our moment in the sunlight. We are not losing another grand final. That's what he said in his brain, and he meant it. Shibasaki, 1 try tonight, 17 in the season, 23 in his career. And when at the start of the season, it was said that Shibasaki was favourite for the centre spot, many people laughed at Madge, telling him that it'll probably go to some senior that's already there. Well, that's not what happened. And Reynolds misses an all-crucial kick potentially there. Yeah, I'm with William on this one, how it happened, Mel. You're jinxing them. It worked. It worked. Jinxie power plus toilet water power equals Bronx 2025 grand final winner. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Here comes the money. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Well, well, well. 22-16. Another converted try is what's required now of the Brisbane Broncos. And that's assuming that the Storm don't get another. Patrick Carrigan runs into the line there, ferociously heavy. And half an hour left in the game here. 33 whole minutes. This entire second half is to be played for with this. Bad news for Melbourne Storm. Alec McDonald with awkward signs. He's spending some time on the bike, looking to see how his fitness goes, but there are nerves around him whether he can come back on tonight. Shout out to Shibasaki, who's top of the meters gained board with 134. Shout out to Dean Mariner with 110 and Pappenhausen with 101. Not quite as good as the Broncos yet, the Storm with meters. It's a low kick there, and Coates gets it. Watch out for Coates diving low, I say, Broncos, if I'm you. Watch out for Coates diving low. Oh, no. Oh, no, the traitor. Reynolds! No! Adam Reynolds, no! Reynolds, my baby, no! Reynolds feeling his leg. He's hopping off, pointing to the traitor. He's going off. Oh, no. Oh, no. He knows what it is. He just tells the trainer, get me off. No. The Broncos season was gone when that happened last time. They haven't lost a game since. Oh, no. Adam Reynolds. This is the last thing Brisbane needed. No, 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 no. Somebody call a doctor. We need miracles. We need miracles. Give us the strongest stuff you got. Brisbane Broncos, if they do manage to come back even without Reynolds, ironically, the last team to win the comp from fourth where the Broncos finished was the Storm. Actually, no, we don't count 2009. No one won that year. So it was the Tigers in 2005. The Broncos kick it in the air. The fans wanted 6 more, but they're not going to get it. That touch Storm. That touch Storm. 6 again. Double knock on. Oh, Adam Reynolds. Oh, Adam Reynolds. Wait, we're checking. Harry Grant's on report. Harry Grant's on report for a... He's following the ref. He's like, sir, are you sure I did anything? Yeah, he didn't commit to a tackle and tripped Mam over. Well, that was on the back of a shift coming out of trouble. Oh, Reynolds. Oh, Reynolds. Adam, no! Adam! Adam! Adam, no! Adam! He's being lifted! He can't even walk to the sheds! No! No! This is terrible! Somebody help us! No! Adam! Oh, God. If I was a Broncos fan. Adam, why? Now to the left here. Ben Hunt finds the Broncos ball when he couldn't quite get it. The ever-alive Brisbane attack here. Down to the middle here. They keep pushing forward here. I'm a little nervous with the Broncos without Reynolds, but they've got to back themselves without him here. I'm a fan, I'm different. They need to back themselves, and that's a goal line dropout. That was absolutely incredible. That was absolutely incredible as a tackle here. They can't let themselves down. Is no Reynolds a huge thing? Absolutely, but they don't need to make it a huge thing. They can switch on. Oh, you just got to feel terrible for Adam. Broncos have tapped backwards from the short restart that they nailed. Ben Hunt has the ball. I reckon Pake's on the field. You got to go with You got to say that the halves will be Mam and Hunt, probably, right? That's the guess of mine. Now down the middle, pure muscle on the Brisbane and Storm players. He's grabbing him during the play, sir. Walsh now up again. They can't tackle him. He comes back to Mam. He bumps back. They've got 6 more now. Oh, do it for my glorious King Adam. Back to Carrigan. Melbourne having a dig here. Oh, and it's a crucial tackle from Munster. That's a try saver. It's a try saver. Willison again in here. And he's held. 3rd tackle. Can't catch a break. I'm so scared for Reynolds. At his age, if he can't even walk with whatever's gone down, oh no. Here's Katoni with an unbelievable pass to Mam. And the forwards running through. That was a good pass. It just didn't work. Defending like a champion team. Carrigan. There's Walsh. And honestly... Oh! What a pass! What a pass! Oh my God! What? Penalty? Bro! What do you mean penalty? That was such a good pass! Absolutely incredible try. Absolutely incredible there. Oh my God. Walshy. I'm in shock by that. I'm in shock that that's not going to be a try. That was... How? How was that forward? That was an exceptional try. That was no more forward than the trail pass last year. That was absolutely a try. That was absolutely a try. Brother. What? Absolutely heartbroken by that. Absolutely heartbroken. Yeah, you do. Jerome Hughes, you do got to feel bad. You do got to feel bad for Renault. Oh! Lost the ball. Lost the ball. Let's go. A big shot there. And now the Broncos carry on. I still think that was so impressive from Mam, that pass. That pass was absolutely exceptional. That's Reece Walsh. That pass is why Reece Walsh is who he is. That is why he gets what he gets. It's forward, but, you know, I just wish they gave it. I just wish they gave that. Out to the right here, Shibasaki, Ben Hunt, Heverington. And he's made a real impact here for the Broncos. On the 10-metre line now, 4th tackle, 2 left. Corey Pakes finds Hunt. Oh, my God, sir! 5th tackle, Carrigan. What? That's not cool, but Broncos are over, so it doesn't matter! It doesn't matter! It doesn't matter! Now what happens? They'll never give up the fights! Brisbane Broncos have another! Down the fiddle pickle dickle, it's the shackles that have been placed on this lead. Hold up, pause button, wait a minute, Melbourne. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Dean Mariner has a double. And he has been an insane player. The Brisbane Paul Alamorti. He does it again. And that one, not quite as much of a sitter as the one from Walsh earlier, but good enough. Good enough for him. Ba-da-da-da, bro, ba-da-da-da-da. And this game isn't over yet. Absolutely incredible stuff. And the Broncos are giving the Storm a game, and that's exactly what I wanted out of this. I wanted something real. I wanted something passionate, and that's just what we're getting here tonight. This is insane. I think my heart stopped several times already. This is already looking to be a classic grand final, legend. Already looking to be a classic. And we've got 24 minutes left on the clock nearly as well. Great game. It has been a great game, legend. Breathe, Will. Just breathe. Breathe, Will. Just breathe. Reece Walsh has missed. Somebody get Will a defibrillator stat. Stat. Quick. Quick. Get it to him. All right. Quick. Quick, Will. Party never stops says, I'm so stressed. Mate, when even the party that never stops is stressed, we got problems. Even when he's we got huge problems. Maybe we got problems, and I don't think we can solve them. Because, baby, now we got bad blood. 22-20. And if they got the kicks, they're up by 2. I just want to point that out there. I want to put that out there to you. If they get the kicks, they're up by 2. It's just like Penrith. Oh, my God, that was nearly a heart attack. And Hetherington was there. They're ready for it. And rushing forward here, it becomes second tackle. Am I the only one that's like reflective on this year and just so proud? Like, no matter what, of like the effort to go to all the Eels games that I could, and you know, just like proud of the content that was done with everything this year, you know, just like very proud of it overall. Like, I feel like this year's been something of an improved year through some trials and tribulations. We've still got the internationals, but you know, Reece Walsh to Stags to Mariner, the Submariner, and on fourth it becomes a 20-meter fifth tackle attack. If they score, they lead. It's as simple as that. Reece Walsh, Shibasaki alive! The Broncos are in front! The Broncos are in front! In front! Brisbane! Hello! Reece Walsh! Are we sure this is Reece Walsh and not Wally Lewis? Darren Lockyer reincarnated into a Lewis. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Reece Walsh. If he does not get the man of the match in this game, then it is absolutely rigged. It is absolutely rigged. What a beauty. If he does not get it, it is rigged. It is as rigged as it gets. He has been unbelievable tonight, and I stand by that with every ounce of my body. I absolutely, with every ounce of, like, everything inside me, stand by it. Reece Walsh has been the man. Wham bam, who remembers Mammed? You just got Reece Walshed. It hasn't been Storm since Kamo Mifa dropped the ball. Reece Walsh. Reece Lightning. He's very, very frightening. Reece Lightning. The fearless fullback with another shot at goal here to make it a 4-point lead. He's got to stand up for this one. Oh, it's in. It's curled in. The Reece Walsh Show is on your screens. 26 to 22, and horrible news that we all expected. No surprise. Adam Reynolds will not be returning. He has a leg injury. He's gone. He's out of here. It's up to the Broncos without Adam Reynolds to get the job done. Oh, he'll jump in at some point now that they're leading. He will at some point just to talk about how great they are. Nothing quite like a grand final to set you off, legends. Bronx is the comeback king. If they win this match versus Raiders versus Panthers and this, 100% legend, they're the comeback kings, William. They are the comeback kings. 20 minutes, though, and a half to go. Don't be counting the Storm out. This is the Melbourne Storm, after all. All right, and I don't say this as a lover of Melbourne at all. All right, I mean, I could be. I'm Victoria, but I don't. Storm defense. There, to the left here. Ezra Mam, almost through. Probably should have timed his run better, his support. And on the halfway line here, what are they going to do? They're just going to clear it. Ben Hunts. And it's a good kick. It's a good kick, and it bounces awkwardly. It bounces out the back here, and they're ready for it. Wow. Oh, Katoni, Stags. Wake me up when that's over. Absolutely beautiful. A ray of sunshine in the night. And now Warbrick. Back into this around here. Nick Meaney. On the halfway line now. The pressure's there. Still a while left anyone's game. Exactly, legend. Still quite a bit left. Anyone's game. Storm around here. And that's a mistake from Melbourne. Broncos have the ball. Absolutely, it's anyone's game, though. If you enjoyed the stream so far, legends, remember to hit that like button and to show some support, maybe subscribe to keep seeing new content. Cheers, good for you, mate. Good for you. Back around. 26-18 here is the score. Is the amount of times inside the opposition 20. It's more to Broncos right now. 26-22 is the actual score. Reece Walsh. Walsh gets around here. It's the Bronx game to lose now. It is. Pakes to Payne Haas. To Haas, he goes rumbling through. Payne Haas, baby! 15 meters away. Ezra Mam. Kicks low. What was he doing? It's a handover. On Melbourne's goal line too. Melbourne Storm forward here. And Damien Coates looking for the meters here. Whacked on his 10-meter here. Goes to Warbrick here. Over to the 20 now. And Warbrick goes down to the ground now. What an entertaining game this has been. Wishat just takes the tackle there. Bit of a nepo, baby. Going to Munster. To Hughes. Finds Pappenhausen. Finds Katoa. Katoa with the steps around here. Katoa, move. And Katoa held. Submitting in the tackle, it's Harry Grant going over short here, and it's fifth tackle now for the Melbourne Storm. What are they going to play this like? Here's the last. Munster with a huge kick here. Very long, very high, very tough. But the Submariner was ready for it. And the Submariner smacks through the line here. And Tamala Lesati is coming onto the field apparently here. Didn't play much, but he did play a little last year. Reece Walsh receiving. There's a lot of boos here at this stadium as he's feeling his eye. He slapped him in the face. Absolutely. The bunker won't come in unless it's a reportable offence, which is terrible, but that was absolutely a high shot. Absolutely. He smacks him in the face. He smacks him in the face before any other contact's been made. Set back out there by Michael Maguire. Back around. Only 5. Oh my God. Only 5 coaches have won with 2 clubs. That's crazy. Warbrick. Absolutely insane fact there from Channel 9. And Will Warbrick, he's on a warpath. Held on the 20. Back round here to the left and through the middle. The stress is real. The stress is real in this NRL Grand Final. Over to Munster. Munster finds Coates here, and Xavier Coates in this game. Stepping around now. Xavier Coates into the line. He's in key position here. And Coates takes the tackle. Harry Grant, he wants to find the service to him. 16 minutes to go. Hughes. Jerome Hughes. Tantalising kick, and it's collected. And through the line he goes, the Bronco, past the 30. I'd argue Mam stood in the way a little, but it's fine. Now to the right. Shibasaki goes to Staggs. Katoni Staggs. Staggs takes off. Staggs, and Wishart had to tackle in there. A must-make tackle by Wishart. Brisbane now coming in waves here. Third tackle. Walsh. And there's Jensen with just a simple tackle. Very simple compared to the rest of what we've been seeing here in this one. And Carrigan, still only 4 points the difference in this as Mam goes through. And Ezra Mam will just take the tackle. Smoothie to Walsh. Walsh. Oh. The ref clears contact on Reece Walsh there. Poor ending to the set there. Mark it down. And that won't be in the picture books. On the 40 of their own end here, the Melbourne Storm. Flipping it around here. The script is not going as expected here as Lasati runs. And he's held by Hunt. Back to the right here. Hughes. Back to Meany. And Warbrick with the mess up. Warbrick's messed it up. And Mam absolutely taunts him. He's been all over Will Warbrick this second half, and Warbrick hasn't been able to do anything. Tower got it to Meany, and it just didn't land for him, did it? He kind of had a brain explosion, and his boot had already touched the line. He was done. He lost himself that before it even happened. Mam didn't have to do anything. He panicked himself. Carrigan. The tension at Core Stadium, you can cut it with a knife how it is. Tackle 1. Wait. Independent doctor. And a winger's being told he needs to go off according to the independent doctor. All right. So, winger. Who are they going to play on the wing? I'm trying to think who they're going to have on the wing. Probably Brendan Piakura, which is weird. That's a really weird thing for me. Brendan Piakura, you don't put a second row at wing. That's weird. Back around. Here is an opportunity for the Storm. A rare mistake from Payne Haas. The ultimate Bronco. Michael Maguire, though, nerves of steel. Just explaining what he wants. Calling the shots. Yeah. It was a very simple mistake, but it was a mistake. Tough luck. Get Brendan Piakura in the centers. Shift the wing out, Shibasaki, and Pappenhausen has broke through the line. Ryan Pappenhausen, and Will Warbrick knocks it on! And you just gotta laugh! You just gotta laugh because you can't write that in a script. That is the stuff of a legend. Ryan Papenhuyzen has just messed up a sitter. Brilliant work, Brizzy. Overfought it too much, Melbourne, and I don't know how they didn't score there. Bro thinks he's Benji. Mum, Dad, put away the camera. That's what they're saying at that one. Carrigan. Now to the right here. Back around here. Warbrick's been a bit of liability this half, hasn't he? Ben Hunt. Ben Hunt goes boom there. He did a boom boom for Will Warbrick here. You ever heard the term shit in bricks? That's what he's doing. And that is the most swear you're going to get out of me. Papenhuyzen. It's the Bronx going to lose now. Back around here. And Wishart. When you wish upon a heart, you get a Wishart on the ground. Torn apart. Wishart apart. Eli Katoa. And can you believe the Warriors let that man go? What a second rower. Hughes to Munster. Munster to Papenhuyzen. Papenhuyzen's got his own X factor to him. He just didn't get it. He just hasn't been able to use it. It was Grant to Hughes to Munster to Papenhuyzen. And Walsh just plays it cool. Walsh looks up and takes the tackle. In he goes, and he keeps moving with it. 10 minutes and 30 seconds to go on the clock. Josiah Karapati has been sent for a Category 2 HIA. We will give updates on that as it comes about, but at the moment there's nothing confirmed. Ezra Mam. I'm at three Melbourne Storm players. Pulled by the sleeve, played at, and he passes it back. The crowd certainly thought that was high, but they didn't think so. Broncos won, says Kari. They haven't won yet, legends. They haven't won yet. There is 9.5 minutes to go. A good high kick in the air here. It's a brilliant weighted kick here. Papenhuyzen, he takes him on. Stand up, you slipped over. You know what? This sounds crazy, but I'm actually with Papenhuyzen. I'm not with Papenhuyzen. I'm with Carrigan here. What do you want Carrigan to do, really? He leaves the tackle. Pappy plays it with him there. Pappy plays it with him there. Pappy knew what he was doing. Maybe Paddy should have got out of there faster, but I mean, that's just there's not much that he could have done there, Paddy. I hope they win, but they haven't won yet, legends. Get this. 9 minutes under. 60-40% possession in favour of Brisbane after half-time. Anything can happen in 5 minutes. Well, it's 8 minutes, but yeah, absolutely anything can happen, Yozag. Absolutely anything can happen. 5 minutes, 8 minutes. It's very tight, you know what I mean? You're right, absolutely. And off, fourth tackle. The Storm keep going. Oh no! Ben Hunt's gone! Ben Hunt's gone! Brisbane, they're losing everyone. They're losing everyone. Most definitely, Yozag. With the grand final on the line, Ben Hunt and Adam Reynolds have both suffered problems. He can't walk. He can't walk. You've got to get him off. I can't believe this. Ben's just having to talk to Reece Walsh. Got to keep their cool. Nothing stupid. You're playing the Melbourne Storm. That's what they're going to look at this like. They're playing the Melbourne goddamn Storm. It's not impossible. Brisbane lose Ben Hunt. And with such little time left, I find it hard to believe he'll be back. He can barely walk. He's gone. His night's over, most likely. The question is, will he get his redemption anyways? He says, good luck, mate, to the man coming on. The man, the myth, the legend, the superhero that's going to have to save the day for the Brisbane Broncos. Ben Hunt substitute there. And I'm noticing that particularly Brisbane are getting all their players lost. And a great tackle again by Ezra Mam. And he's lost it, the ref says. And that was a really poor option. Why are you wasting time, Pappy? You're behind, you dummy. Really poor end there. I'm gonna guess that like Smoothie's come on to replace him, which is crazy. This is insane. This is actually insane what they've expected from the Broncos. The stars that have been pulled out of this game. Seriously. Utterly ridiculous. Yeah. Breaking news. Ben Hunt ruled out. Category 1 head injury. He couldn't even walk. All right. You just couldn't. He comes back and he's met in a great tackle there. Defense is your best friend, Brisbane. Defense is your best friend, Brizzy. Getting in behind the ball. They're big man. They're getting ready for a big run. Alec McDonald there. There was questions about his fitness earlier, but there's none now. He's got all the farms. 6 to the 7. Now to the 1. Gets it to the 4 here. Not over 21, though. Melbourne to Harry Grant. Harry finds Munster, finds Wishart. The Paddocks are there. And notice how they're tilting their heads down like they want to win a penalty. It's just a strategy I've noticed in the new game. It was all Melbourne, and it's collected there by superhero there, Tyson Smoothie, who's having to come in clutch for the Broncos without Ben Hunt and Reynolds. So it would be Mam and Smoothie in the halves. What a halves combo you never thought you'd see. Come on, Bronx, says Mel. Come on. Try Time TV says, hello, legend. Welcome to the stream. I assume you're a Penrith fan looking at your thing. Better like next year. Incredible run they had. Brisbane. Mam. Goes to Jensen here. Jensen. And Jensen works nicely to get the tackle. Carrigan. Goes to Mam. Here he goes. Smoothie. No. That's a knock on. It's still play on. That's a forward pass. Oh, he didn't know what he was going to do there, Tyson Smoothie. He thought kick and then he just kept it. 5 minutes to go nearly in this game. TK show. Oh, righto. Yeah, all good, man. All good. Bloody hello. It's a patchwork here. The Storm, the purple Storm, are going to need a purple patch. And they might just have that. They might have a purple patch, legends. What a tackle. What a chase from Ezra Mam. Brisbane trying to rally and Stefano knocks it on. Showing his Parramatta self. Shibasaki's allowed to play on here. And Shibasaki's held. Stop complaining, Melbourne. You're going to have to... No, actually, they're calling knock on Melbourne. They're saying no play on, but it's knock on Melbourne. It's knock on Melbourne, your fault. Mam torturing Warbrick. Mam has absolutely silenced Will Warbrick. In fact, at this point, I'm going, Warbrick who? Warbrick who? I hear about as much of Warbrick as I do through a brick wall. A Hail Mary Captain's Challenge. A Hail Mary Captain's Challenge from the Storm. He loses that cleanly. Oh, Bo! All right. High contact. That's the call. That's the call. That's the call. That's the goal. It's the goal. It's the goal. Yeah, there's some backhand eye contact, I guess, but he knocked. Yeah, I don't know. He knocked it on anyways, but yeah, righto. You're kidding though. You're absolutely kidding. That's crazy. It's crazy. All right, well, we got a big final 4 minutes and 18 seconds coming up. Rub your hands together, legends. The nerves are real. I don't know how to feel about this right now here. The Melbourne Storm, the time is ticking for them to equalise here. The clock is going down, and it's going down fast. Coates to win the game. Try time. I'm in a similar boat. Ray Nichols, go Broncos. Go. The biggest passage of the season right here, right now. Trying to break down Brisbane's defense. Hughes the monster. They read him well. Second tackle out of the way here. The pressure's on. The pressure's truly on. And with the converted try, they go round here. McDonald 2 meters short here on third. Payne Haas the defender. Hughes to Pappy. Now over to Nick Meaney, and I swear to God, if they're going to give a penalty for that on Pappy, they are. Yep, I knew they would. Yeah. Stefano, it's a commando now. Stefano held. Melbourne. Harry Grant passes to Munster. Next try probably wins the game. Harry Grant tries to go alone. Harry held on the second. Probably trying to set something up for the team. Watch it, Broncos. Now to the right here. This is a crucial moment. Pappenhausen to Wishart. Over to Coates. They've got him out of play. The Broncos have got him out of play. Absolutely incredible defense from the Brisbane Broncos. We're back in the 1980s. The 1990s. The peak 2000s. It's chaos out there all over again. And Xavier Coates is completely legally taken out of play. Loiero with a massive strike on the Broncos. That's a penalty. And it's we got a brawl. We got a bit of a fight. Push. Come on, like a baby. Push. Tony says, go the Broncos. Toby Savaharo. Shout out to you, bro. Welcome to the stream, mate. And go the Broncos just for you. Absolutely unbelievable stuff. We've got a fight. We've got what should have been a sin bin that wasn't a sin bin. We've got tries that were tries that weren't tries. We've got forward passes. We've got high shots. We've got everything you could want from an NRL Grand Final. And what a send-off to the year this game has been, however it goes. This has been an absolutely epic blockbuster. And if this isn't in your memories for years to come, then you're crazy. That was absolutely a shoulder firmly to the head. If that is not a penalty, you are on something. He's in the bin. He's in the bin. He's in the bin. Trent Loiero's season will end with him in the bin with 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go. And the Brisbane Broncos may have caught a break. Oh, good, legend. Beef, what a classic grand final match. Defense, baby. Defense. Absolutely brilliant. Don't get the repeat. And the Melbourne Storm are going to have to defend with 12 men. Adam Reynolds, Ben Hunt, all the players that have been ruled out of being able to play are like just shouting on the sideline, please, Broncos. Came in a bit interesting there, Pakes. Back around here, Xavier Wilson. The Storm might get another set here still. Reece Walsh, here he is. He's busting through the tackle. The referee was about to wave his arm for a second. Brisbane. Back around to the right. Payne Haas. Through the middle. Payne Haas. And he couldn't find the pass. He couldn't find the pass for Haas. Shibasaki, and they hold him out. They're going to have a minute to go here. Melbourne, a minute to go. They've got to go the distance, the full set. Brisbane, this is your redemption opportunity. You have to hold on for 50 more seconds. The Brisbane Broncos, here we go. Munster, down the edge. Oh, no. And he's held. He's held on the second. Now to the right. Wishart to Hughes. Here's Pappenhausen. Here's Eli Katoa. And Katoa's broken the line. And Pappenhausen, what a tackle on him. Reece Walsh. Bang, bang. 2 more plays probably. We're now down to the last 10 seconds. He's not been out on the ground. He's hurt himself. Jerome Hughes has hurt himself, and Carrigan is offering out his hand like the gentleman he is. One of the nicest blokes in rugby league. Munster, McDonald, Grant. Man, they've got one play. Catch it, Broncos! Brisbane Broncos! Broncos are 2025 NRL champions! Broncos have won the comp! The Broncos have won the comp! Oh my God! The Ben Hunt redemption! The Adam Reynolds proving sounds wrong! The Payne Haas story! It is all real! Forget 2015! Remember 2025 as the year the Broncos won the comp! Brisbane are NRL 2025 premiers! And they deserve it! That's the best part about this! They deserve it! And they're the first team since 2005 to win from 4th place barely. Absolutely exceptional as Reece Walsh and Reynolds embrace arm in arm, knowing they've done what was thought to be impossible, the unachievable, the greatest of all. Yes, best case scenario. Best case scenario happens. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And we're sticking around for the trophy presentation, legends. So feel free to chill about and celebrate. The better choice of the two has won. The Melbourne Storm have sucked the dirt dry off the feet of the Broncos. The champions of 25. I will say that all night. The Brizzy, Glizzy Broncos. And the toilet water is how you win a comp. Without the toilet water, you don't win a comp. You need toilet water, legends. All right, we need to go get toilet water, everybody. Okay, everybody, get on your Google. Get on your Google, your Safari, whatever, okay? Let's go. You get on it and you look up local Toilet water. Boom. Boom. Here we are. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can get any good deals. Let's see if we get any good deals on toilet water. Where is it? Shopping. I don't want Kleenex. I want toilet water. What are you doing, Google? Google's letting me down, legends. Google's letting me down. What are you doing? I don't want fresh power. Our game has never been stronger, Walsh says. We're human. The only ones that believe are them, and they got it. Reece Walsh. He's a rugby league premiership winner. Absolutely incredible. Thanks for a great year, Legend. We'll try to be back next season depending on how my OP goes. That's all good, Legend. That's all good. We're not completely done with streams for this year. We're going to also be doing the international stuff. But ultimately, yeah, for the most part, the normal side of streaming is done for the year, which is absolutely insane. What an incredible year it has been. I appreciate you all so much for the amazing year we've had. We're still going to be here for the ceremony, for them to lift the trophy, but like ultimately we'll be gone not long after that. Truly, what a special night it is. What a special night. Broncos 2025. Paddy Carrigan, when asked how to describe this win, he says he's got nothing. The storyline of the last few years written for them. Bravo. Absolute bravo. Take care, Val. Jinxie power plus toilet water equals, mate, noted. Absolutely. And Michael Maguire joins a select group of coaches to ever win the premiership. Yeah, congratulations, Walshy. Congratulations to Brisbane fans. Absolutely brilliant. The best case scenario happened for a Para fan. Neither Storm nor the Panthers won. Neither Storm nor the Panthers won. The best case scenario here has happened. The Brisbane Broncos are champions of the NRL for 2025. This is quite possibly one of the greatest rugby league grand finals I have ever watched on television, legends. And I'm saying that as watched on television. I've been to a few and stuff. But this might be the greatest I've watched on TV. Rugby NRL 26, yes, says Reed Nichols. My OP is on the church, so we'll try it to Night Legends. Appreciate it, Mel. Night for you. You have a great one. The Storm, as Cam Buster says, they just gave him too much ball, and there you go. Absolutely incredible. Bruh. Cheats to it. Benny Hunt redemption. I think that's the big part about this. I'm not even a Broncos fan, but that's the big part about this. Benny Hunt redemption, you know? Like, he went through so much. He's been through so much bull. You know? He's been through so much, legend. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, it's really funny, really. Tigers would be so jealous. What a special moment it is for the Payne Haas, the tears, the utter tears across the ball. If you can't understand why to feel happy for this team, then I don't want to talk to you about rugby league. I don't want to talk to you about rugby league for me. Absolutely unbelievable. Oh my God. Notice once Reynolds went off, Broncos played open up. Yeah, but like, it's a win. Bruh, Reynolds will say, mate, that's a ring on his finger. That's a second ring on his finger, and it's one more than what the South players he played with have. How did Pappy throw so hard with the pass to Will? I don't know, man. I don't know, but Brisbane just... And on top of it all, a Walters has a premiership ring again. A Walters has a premiership ring. That's right. Billy Walters. You heard that right. Billy Walters is an NRL premier. This is one of the greatest nights for rugby league. And to anybody sucking, going, I don't like Brisbane fans. I have lived near Penrith for a 4P. I do not want to hear any sucky, wookie, bull slop. All right? You deal with it. Because this, no matter how you look at it, outside of a professional thing, all right, okay, if you look at it from anything, you don't go personal. You go at this from a game perspective. This is the best case scenario. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it should. Absolutely brilliant. I guess that's true, Legend. But for me, he's still a premiership winner, and I think no Broncos team. I don't think this Broncos team would be as special if it didn't have Billy Walters in it. Not with what happened with Billy when he was younger and his mother and Kevy and that, Andrew. I find it really hard not to say that this isn't special for Billy. For me, Billy's one of the faces of this, and even though he didn't play, for me, Billy is absolutely a face of this premiership. Of course you are, Will. It's the Bronco. Your team's won, bro. Be happy, man. Be over the moon. Absolutely, legend. Absolutely. Absolutely swear, bro. And yeah, Payne got his ring, bro. GG's chat. GG's, late Jacob G. Let's go, bro. Let's go. This game was a classic NRL game where Bronx deserved it. They did. It absolute iconic. I won't forget this in a hurry. Absolutely brilliant. In my personal opinion, I think the club should make a replica for the injured players that couldn't be involved in this, because there were some players who had a firm role in why they're in this grand final. For me, Ben Tolte, Billy Walters, and a couple others firmly deserve to have rings made for themselves. Absolutely, they do. For me, this is more than 17. This has got to go down to like 20-something players. For me, this has got to go down to like 20-something players. Big, what if Canberra won their game? It's weird because I don't know, man. I don't know. But good on the Broncos, seriously. And this also means Para beat the defending premiers. I'm pointing that out, for next year. Para beat the defending premiers. All right? Like, for anybody who wants to say anything, that's a real thing. Para beat the defendings. All right? The team that fought for it. The Broncos, 25 champions. My God, this is amazing. Absolutely unbelievable. It's just so special. I don't really have much to say right now. It was just really crazy, What is it, Andrew?
Hi, boys. The Broncos have done it, and the Chiefs don't win another premiership that they can celebrate.
Bro, do you have anything to say to anyone that's upset about this result that isn't a Storm fan?
If you're a Parramatta fan and you want Storm to win, you need a hard look at yourself.
Thank you. Never couldn't have said it better myself. Absolutely. They need to have a very hard look at themselves, man.
Yeah.
Right, because I refuse to believe if you're a real Eels fan that sees what these teams are against each other that you wouldn't have wanted Broncos to win of what was left.
Yeah. 100%.
Absolutely not. Unbelievable stuff. Reece Walsh is the player of the match. No shock. No shock. No shock. No shock. Absolutely unbelievable. Paddy Carrigan finally has that win after years of hard work. After years of hard work, legend. Finally, he gets his shot. When he got his injury announced, Billy did say that if they win, hopefully he can manage a ring down the track, and I hope that they get one for Tolty too, because he did well. Congratulations to Reece Walsh on a very special night. He deserves this. The toilet water. This is an unthinkable event. The Broncos, Reece Walsh thanking the staff, the fans, everybody. He loves Ellis. He loves the ball. He loves the ball. I almost said us, bro. I feel like I'm on the wagon, but I'm not. Absolutely insane. An unbelievable night. An unbelievable grand final. And one we won't soon forget. The momentum was good. The decisions, while interesting at times, I think balanced out when it came to any mistakes. The incredible effort was clearly there from both teams. I don't think either team fell off really very much. I feel like Storm started better overall, but in the end, the Broncos, they fought and earned that victory. And just before we finish up with awarding the players with their rings and, of course, more, Harry Grant is going to come onto the thing and say a few words. Let's take a look at it. Harry Grant. Thanking the NRL. Yep. He's just going to send a huge congratulations here to the Broncos. They deserve this. A lot of question marks. Credit to their group. I feel like you're kind of getting the basic riffraff here from Harry Grant, right? Good on him. This has been an insane finals journey from the Bronx. I'm happy for them. The ultimate comeback kings. The ultimate comeback kings. Ultimate. Absolutely brilliant. I can't help but get emotional about it all being over. I can't help but feel a little emotional that it's over, the season. It's done. We did it. We all went through what we did. We all have our stories to tell about how this season went when it came to personal life and more. No story exactly alike, right? As the Broncos, a brand new team, really. It's been like nearly. It was nearly 20 years since they'd won. Nearly. It was like 19, right? Insane. Absolutely unbelievable stuff. Madge Maguire getting ready to come onto the field. Here we go. Michael Maguire. The year he left the Blues and won a premiership with the Broncos. This guy has to be rated as a top coach. How you can't rate him as a top coach is beyond me. I think you're utterly insane if you don't rate him as a top coach. So many storylines for the Bronx. No story smaller than the last. Reece Walsh. Onto the fields. Next up, Josiah Karapati. This is the big stage lighting up. Broncos fans, take it all in. Take it all in, all right? Because you just never know, right? You never know. A dream come true. Katoni Staggs! In case you can't tell, I like Katoni. Absolutely insane. Get that Shibasaki. Shibasaki. The Queenslander. He's got a storyline in himself too. In fact, let's play a game, all right? No stories, like, all right? When they've done goes, Dean Mariner's got a story. He wasn't really expected to be one of the main choices this year. When one of them has zero story, I will admit it. Ben Hunt, I bet 2015. That's all I got to say with Ben Hunt, right? That's all I got to say with Ben Hunt about story. Okay, seriously, this dude, the redemption, absolutely unbelievable. What a special moment for him. Cannot be happier for him. And now Corey Jensen. Okay, there's not really a story with Corey Jensen, I'll admit that. But, like, come on, he's Corey Jensen. He's pretty sick. Unbelievable. Corey Pakes. Just what a team. What makes it even more epic is that they literally lost everything. Reynolds, Hunt, one of their wingers, you know, a forward. They all went out. Payne Haas, he's a story too. He's a legendary story too. So good. So happy. The Brisbane Broncos. Jordan Ricky, mate. I mean, he's just Ricky, bro. Sticky. The new Sticky Ricky, mate. We got over 200 poll votes today, and the Broncos, good on them, winning 62%. I think that's just what a lot of people wanted. Jake Carrigan. I mean, he's the captain, you know, Carrigan, every time. I wonder what the reaction... Oh, it's cool seeing all the flashing lights in the background too. Ezra, goddamn man. Ezra, goddamn man. Now Kobe Hetherington. He's off to Manly next year. What a send-off. What a send-off in itself. He got his last game in Brisbane is a premiership. He can take that. Xavier Willison. I'm waiting for the last few big names. Yeah, that's right. I'm waiting for my GOAT Tyson Smoothie. Who else did you think I was talking about? Take it. Yeah, Tyson! No, Tyson's movie. He's right. All right, there we go. Wait for the big guy, the real big gun. Credit to him, though, Smoothie coming on. He had a tough job to fill. With Reynolds and Hunt off. Last and not least, Adam Reynolds! Eat your heart out, Redfern! Queensland are champions! Broncos across both codes winning. And you never know when it'll be your last. He should be proud of this one, Adam Reynolds. These moments you can't take for granted. Once in a lifetime opportunities for some players. Some players, even no matter how legendary they are, don't even win one. You got to reel in that emotion and take it by the hook, all right? Put the bait on and fish it out. Every time, every second, every little nibble. Setting the benchmark for years. Could have gone Storm's way, but it just went to the Brizzy's way. There you go, Reynolds. An absolutely unbelievable final season ends with an unbelievable grand final. Brisbane Broncos. I'm going to say it one more time to just like please use Broncos of 25 champions. Wow. Adam Reynolds doing his chatterboxing right now. It's good to see how happy they are. The trophy's coming home where it belongs. They should have ended it in 23. They should have ended it in 23. They didn't. They end it now. Let's party. Yeah. Yeah. Reynolds, bravo. Bravo. Bravo, Reynolds. Inviting Billy Walters up onto the stage because they couldn't have done it without him. What did I say? Billy Walters deserves to be lifting that trophy with them. Adam, you absolute legend. And that's not something everybody would do for their players. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 as they lift the trophy, NRL champions, and Billy Walters is in it. Broncos! Power the Broncos to win. The unbelievable rise, the comebacks, the shining starlight moments, the teams they faced, like had quite possibly the hardest road to get to the grand final. And you couldn't say that they don't deserve every last little second of this. I swear to God, if Billy Walters, Adam Reynolds, Ben Hunt, Sags, Payne Haas, and more not winning Ben Hunt winning a premiership doesn't bring a smile to your face, then I don't know what will. Ben Hunt has finished the story, says E.B. Williams. Indeed he has. He's gone from the knock-on to the champion. And that is the end of our NRL regular season streams for the year. How unbelievable it was, legends. So prideful here. Honestly, I'm so proud of Billy. I'm so proud of Billy. I can't help this, and I'm so proud of Billy. I'm so proud of Ben. So proud. Oh my God. Just all of them. So awesome. Good for the Broncos. So good for the Broncos. All right. In case you can't tell, I don't really have a dislike for the Broncos. They're just the best choice of the three. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new and enjoyed. We'll be doing the Pacific Championships as well this year and the Ashes. So just keep a lookout for that if you want to watch somebody live reacting to those. And I'll see you guys in the next one. This has been a truly special year, and we look to go even bigger next year. Congratulations to the Broncos. You've ended a long run, and you didn't do it the hard way. You knocked out first place. All right, let's look at this, right? Okay. I know Sharks knocked out first place, but, like, come on. You guys are what decided that for me. You knocked out first place. You jumped over and you beat the 4 Peters, and now you've beaten the Storm, who are arguably the most consistent team longevity-wise. Be proud. Be proud. Warbrick was a bit disappointing in that game, but you can't say that Mam didn't defend him well. Kobe, wow. Thank you all so much for watching. Till we meet again. Absolutely unbelievable. Congratulations, Billy. Congratulations, Ben Hunt. Congratulations, Reynolds. Congratulations, the ball. Payne Haas. Oh, my God. Congratulations. So happy for you. Broncos. Wow.